Hey everybody, Rico with Poor Reviews here. As you can probably tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about the Anson belt in relevance to everyday carry. And no, for a disclaimer, this is not my everyday carry. This is I want to test this out and see how it feels on me because this is the wife's gun kind of deal. TLDR, big flick. What's the deal with this belt in relevance to everyday carry? It is sufficient. What do you mean by that? Good build quality for the belt itself and for the buckle. However, the buckle itself is not designed for guys like us who everyday carry at the appendix. If you're going to everyday carry with this, you're going to have to carry 4 o'clock or whatnot. But if you occasionally appendix carry and you have a holster that has 6-7 inches, if you're going to conceal carry at the appendix, have a holster of that design, like the Alien Gears, they're hybrids. The Kydex will run up against, if you have a subcompact, it will bulge the belt out pretty significantly. It's going to be noticeable. Unless you have, obviously, the wings that prevent that, which this holster does have. I forget the name of the brand. Can't read that. Yeah, that's one part of it. So, why do you say the belt and the belt buckle are good quality? Well, I've been wearing this for over a year, and I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty satisfied with the results, right? So far, it's taken me wearing a inside the waistband holster with metal clips to actually start seeing any sort of visual wear and potentially tear on the belt. And even then, that's not that bad. I don't wear this holster every day. So yes, you'll see something with the plastic clips, but overall, if you're not wearing on a leather belt, mind you, made in America, leather belt, if you're not wearing metal, then metal for the clips on the holster, you're not going to see that issue as prominently. You'll see some markings here and there, and you'll see some probably creases potentially if you're bending, if you're squatting a lot, whatever manipulates the holster and the clips to interact with the belt more. That's where you'll see those issues. Otherwise, virtually no problems, right? The usual back crease that you get on the back of the belt, if you're a guy like me who's larger, and I wear size 38 pants, right? You expect that stuff to happen over time. What is the point of the Anson belts? Fashion and ease, comfort, right? It's a ratcheting system belt, if you probably couldn't guess. The retention system is a nice one, I will argue. I've had 0 issues with it up until late. And even then, that was a operator error or operator fault, not the fault of the equipment or the gear. So this tab here, this decided to bend not super long ago. It decided to bend further this way because of the way that I was wearing the belt with my Glock 19 holster. It just happened that way, right? And shit happens, right? Appendix carry, I'm wearing this right in front of my PP to hold my baby maker hostage, right? That's to be expected, right? Now you get that sort of wear and tear. Obviously, I could tell that there was potentially going to be an issue in the future because of the bulging, and if I did too many of like these movements or, you know, that sort of thing, right? That over a prolonged period of time, wearing that holster, appendix carry, holding the baby maker hostage, it's just bound to happen, right? Otherwise, if that weren't an issue, it'd be perfect. For me, it'd be outstanding, right? Because everything else is just holster system related. And some guys will even argue, you know, like they'll try to pull some Shrek FUD lore and be like, oh, just wear a holster where it just holds the gun and it's like right over your schmeenus. All that fun jazz. Like, yeah, that's an option. too. But most guys are going to want to carry a hybrid Kydex and mesh cushion holster or a Kydex holster. That's realistic. That's what actually most guys actually do nowadays, right? And if you wear leather and all that fun jazz, you're still probably going to get the same results if you carry the way that I normally would with my Alien Gear holster, where I would just have it right behind. I would have my gun right here behind the buckle because I had the clips that were properly spaced for that. This holster, this gun, I can't do that, right? It's just inherent, right? This holster is made in mind for guys who normally just wear like a black EDC belt, have it on the front, they have their buckle off to the side somewhere else. That makes sense, right? That's where I could recommend this buckle, is if you were going to wear this belt with the buckle off to the side. That's where it would be like perfect. But honestly, that's kind of weird to me, and I like my shirts tucked in most of the time. Hell, I've worn this flannel tucked in, and I do like to tuck that in over my concealed carry. Does that take away time from me being able to draw? Sure, but I'd rather train for that, and when I have less layers potentially covering my handgun, I have a better draw time. So yeah, that's pretty much the big flick. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about this topic surrounding Anson, feel free to drop that. There is one thing I almost forgot. They do make an everyday carry belt, but there are people who have made reviews specific to that belt that are not super favorable compared to other purpose-built brand, purpose-built everyday carry belts like Blue Alpha, John Lavelle's Warrior Poet Society, all that stuff, right? That's just the truth, right? They're a fashion company before they're anything else, but they are Pro 2A. They are made in America. They are things that I agree with and I support. So if you're looking for a belt that you can wear that's nice and fashionable, that will last you a while, you know, if you're not wearing a holster and it holds up to work, right? If you're not wearing a holster, it is immune to that, unless you're like ungodly huge, right? And you have a hard time like bending forward without like your belt feeling like it's about to snap off. Probably recommend just a traditional style belt with the holes and the lever, I guess, the belt lever. I mean, Anson for me is the no-brainer to just wear this every day when I'm going to a workplace where I don't normally conceal carry. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. So yeah, comments, questions down below. I don't give a shit if you subscribe or not. That's up to you, dude. So hope you found this informative, and have a great day.